Welcome back to Star Trek Online, Star Trek Absolute. You can see we're currently at Deep Space Nine. I'll put this in this position to sort of be pretending to be docked, but there you go. There are ships that have you around. And also because it's quite fitting, we have the wormhole which leads to the Gamma Quadrant, if it appears. Sometimes it appears, sometimes it doesn't. But we will be taking a different gateway. There it is. We'll be taking a different gateway to the Delta Quadrant, because today all the missions start off in the Delta Quadrant. So let's start to get underway. We haven't even docked properly. We're basically docked. And to make it a little bit quicker, I'm going to transwarp us if I get us to the right camera angle. Slowly but surely to the right camera angle. There we go. Transwarp back to Earth space dock. There's a long break, but then there was a long break because Earth space dock needed repairs, and also the mission to start into the Delta Quadrant also needs repairs. I suppose you could say that Vanek and what have you has been assisting with that, and the USS Absolute has been assisting with that. But yeah, just before we start off the Deep Space Nine, because again, it's quite fitting that they have the gateway that leads to the Gamma Quadrant, and we're going to be going through the gateway that leads to the Delta Quadrant. Two Iconian gateways, two Iconian Solanae spheres, or just spheres, whatever they're called. Yeah, Dyson spheres, that's it, not Solanae. Solanae's a particular one. If it loads. Would you look at that? Our space dock has been repaired, and with the repairs being done, Deep Space Nine is no longer the base to be used again. It's now Earth space dock, and we're receiving a mission, I believe, to go to the clearing room. Yeah, the activation of the gateway at the heart of the Solanae Dyson sphere is giving us access to another Dyson sphere originally found in the Energy system that is now located deep in the Delta Quadrant. The Romulan Republic, the Federation, the Klingon Empire have put aside their differences in order to unite against common enemies. I don't think the Romulan Republic really had any severe differences with either the Klingon Empire or Federation, to be honest. They need skilled captains and crews willing to join the fight. To travel through the gateway and contact Delta Command once you've reached your own Dyson sphere in the Delta Quadrant. It's already said the mission, probably did that last time. So let's get underway for it. The power system. And we quite soon, you can see, are almost level 38, so almost level 40, we're close. Let's head to the Clear system. And in the meantime, I think there's a few skills and things we can add. Oh, there's only one skill. Okay. Can we get this yet, or do we need to wait? Probably need to wait a little bit longer. That's probably going to get +3 to all subsystem power. That includes shields. There's +2 to all subsystem power, but if we get that one, we'll be going beyond this mark, which I don't think it is really necessary. Maybe, we'll see. Either way, we're going to go all the way to the end to get probability shell. So, we need more science. Prove train experience so that there's increased resistance to that. Perfect. These are unlocked yet? Not quite unlocked just yet. Hopefully they will be unlocked next time. I think there might be. Right. There's a specialisation we're not getting into yet, so funnily enough, Zava's got on specialisation before we have in command. Despite being Lisa Flores being the first officer Sarvarovan has to command engineering, be the chief engineer. There we go, okay, not too far off anyway. Been a little while, so just... Miraculous Repairs is here, okay. Okay. We've got Miraculous Repairs now. Set that to automatic. We'll deal with any extra skills and traits and things next time. For now, we will travel to the Delta Quadrant via Jenolan Dyson Sphere. On screen.
Welcome to the Jenolan Dyson Sphere. The situation in the Delta Quadrant is continuing to develop. We will need the assistance of all our allies to stay ahead of it.
Very well, Admiral. The repairs and recommencing of Earth space dock has been complete, and our next mission is with you. Thank you for the opportunity. I look forward to serving with you once again. Beam me to Delta Quadrant Command. Hanson. Very similar to Jenolan Dyson Sphere. Commander? Very well. Who are you exactly? I see. I've had the displeasure of dealing with Colonel Lakeith. Yes, a peacekeeper, I suppose. Indeed, I will speak to this other gentleman. Hello? Oh, gentleman. If I were to come back for work, what exactly would you give me? Who are you? It seems you have had several different career changes. Not a bad thing to have. Very true. We're here to see where things stand. Let's get to it. Admiral Janeway, it has been some time.
Welcome to the Delta Quadrant.
Thank you, Admiral.
There's something.
Congratulations, Captain.
Back in the Delta Quadrant, Admiral. What is your role here?
Officially, there's a joint effort aimed at establishing a new presence in the Delta Quadrant. While I was captain of the Voyager, I learned a lot about this part of the galaxy. Command felt I'd be a valuable part of our efforts here, and I agree with them.
Officially? Needed me to say there's a reason you're unofficially here?
We need to find out where things stand. especially with some of the more aggressive factions in the Quadrant. There used to be a lot of distance between Delta and our neck of the galaxy. But now, thanks to a pair of Dyson spheres and an Iconian gateway system, the Delta Quadrant might as well be next door. I'd like to make sure we're all going to be good neighbors.
Your experience here, I'm sure, will be invaluable.
There's something interesting I'd like you to look into.
Yes, Admiral.
We have a problem in the Siluran system. Admiral Tuvok is there on Voyager, and he's calling for backup. Rendezvous with Tuvok and provide any assistance he requires.
We have recently just dealt with repairs for Space Dock. We can require us to do assistance here.
There's something interesting I'd like you to look into.
We will, Admiral. We'll meet with Admiral Tuvok on Voyager. Could say the next promotion will be between Admiral Tuvok and Admiral Janeway then, possibly. It's coming up shortly. You're substitute? I'm ready to beam back. We're to reconvene with Admiral Tuvok in the Silurian system. He's there with the USS Voyager. Set a course. Where are you aiming? That way? That's not the way out of the Dyson sphere. Alright, fine. That is fine. And this is the Delta Quadrant. It's only a small strip, but then it kind of makes sense because Voyager's journey would have just been a strip back home. Singular line. They wouldn't have explored all the areas. But they did meet quite a few people on the way there. Alright, let's see what the issue is. In Mindscape. I think for level 40 there's a reason that it comes with so much stuff, because I see here that for level 40 there's quite a few upgrades and things coming for the US Absolute.
Greetings. Admiral Tuvok is waiting for you in the conference room.
You aboard? Ah, Lieutenant Van Ziel. Oh, no, pardon, Lieutenant
Welcome
Commander.
aboard. And if I may say so, it's good to see you again. Between doomsday devices and the Delta Quadrant, it looks like we get all of the interesting assignments. If you'll come with me, I'll take you to Admiral Tuvok. He wants to see you right away.
Yes, it is agreeable to see you again, Commander, as I see.
It's good to see you too. Someone decided that with our experience with that, borrowed bird of prey, I'm the perfect person to handle joint operations with the Klingons out here in the Delta Quadrant. I even got a promotion, as you can see.
I would like additional context for the current situation, if you don't mind. Context is very important.
What would you like to know?
What's the situation in the Delta Quadrant?
Unstable, but not totally out of control. The Borg have suffered setbacks on multiple fronts. They're being pressed hard by the Voth, the Undine, and various liberated elements. The Voth are mostly bottled up in their home space and in the Solanae Dyson sphere. We've established some connections with a few of the locals, such as the Kobali and the Talaxians. Of course, there are still troublemakers out here. The Kazon, the Hirogen, the Malon, and there's a new power player we're very concerned about. Whoever they are, they're picking off systems left and right. Even the Krenim weren't a match for them. We need to find out who they are and what they want.
To learn that the Borg aren't as powerful as they once were is, well, gratifying to hear, but there's a new power? I'll have to call about that later.
What would you like to know?
The last I heard, I know Voyager was brought out from being a museum by Admiral Janeway herself. But it's a long way from home out here, Delta Quadrant. 30-year-old ship. Why did Admiral Tuvok and Admiral Janeway bring this out again?
Voyager spent 7 years in the Delta Quadrant, and during that time many of her systems were optimized to deal with the hazards out here. This old girl's still got a few tricks. Besides, Admiral Tuvok specifically brought Voyager out for this mission, and what the Admiral wants, the Admiral gets.
Very well. I suppose being an Admiral comes with such authority? Perks? I'm not sure if there's a suitable word to use. I have something else I'd like to ask.
What would you like to know?
Do you know why Admiral Tuvok requested me specifically? He just finished repairs on Earth's space dock. There must be a reason that Admiral Tuvok requested me in the Absolute.
The Admiral is trying to track down Dr. Cooper. He thinks that Cooper is the key to this conflict with the Undine. He hasn't explained why yet, but he says that your assistance is crucial.
He has led the line for holding back the Undine ever since their attack on Earth space dock and Kronos. I wonder if there's anything else I need to know.
What would you like to know?
But now I think that is everything I need to know. We shouldn't keep Admiral Tuvok waiting. Let's go.
Sorry we don't have time for a tour, but the Admiral insists he needs to speak with you right away.
Very well. Bridge.
The Admiral is waiting for you in the ready room.
Admiral Tuvok. I sense not everything is right of you, but it is good to see you again.
Greetings. Thank you for coming so promptly. We do not have much time, and I require your assistance.
Yes, now that I'm closer, it's Cooper, isn't it? I can sense his presence assaulting your mind once again.
Yes, he has redoubled his assaults, and logic suggests that it will only be a matter of time before he overwhelms my mental defenses. I cannot fend him off alone. That is why I have requested your assistance.
I see. For him to be attacking you mentally at this range, he must have found some way to increase his psychic power.
What else do you need to know?
I must inform you, Admiral, that I may be Vulcan. I have never assisted in this way before. What exactly is it you need me to do?
I have been able to deflect Cooper's attacks thus far, but I require assistance to repel him and gain any useful information. I propose initiating a Vulcan mind meld through which you will be able to enter my mind and aid me against Cooper.
That sounds dangerous. I have never participated in a Vulcan mind meld before.
What else do you need to know?
Look, I appreciate that you want me here, but wouldn't it be better to seek the aid of a psionic master? Someone who knows what they're doing?
Your prior experiences with Cooper should allow your subconscious mind to hone in on him. An outsider who has never encountered him before would have no such connection and could never hope to find him.
We don't know exactly when Cooper was replaced with the Undine. It's possible I have been on more missions with him than you have. I'll try to do what I can.
What else do you need to know?
Nothing. I am ready to begin my first Vulcan mind meld.
My mind to your mind. Your thoughts to my thoughts.
This is sickbay. Sickbay is mega symbols. What's going on here? There's no sign of Tuvok or anyone else. It looks like I'm alone in the mindscape. Sickbay doors will not open. Mega Protocol. This is a mindscape, things might be different. Computer, explain the Mega Directive. I don't suppose myself being a captain will help. There's no harm in trying. Computer, release the Mega Lockdown. Authorization Vanek. Vanek, Captain. The Captain's ready room. Understood. To release it, then I must reach there. Sure, this door must unlock somehow. There has to be some way to get out of here. Why would the sickbay door be locked? Maybe it can be overridden. Mega Directive shouldn't lock sickbay. Council is also locked out. Maybe the emergency medical hologram answers some questions. I need the doctor's assistance. He could still be here if this is USS Voyager. Computer, activate the emergency medical hologram. Doctor.
Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
Doctor, I seem to be confined to sickbay. The Omega Directive is currently active. It shouldn't be doing it. Can you override the door lockout for me?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? First, I need to make sure you're not contagious or suffering from any injuries. This will only take a moment.
I'm fine, Doctor. Really, I need to get to engineering.
Don't be difficult. I'm only doing my job. Engineers and captains, always in a hurry to get out of sickbay.
Doctor, just because I'm both... Look, it's crucial that I leave sickbay. I need to find
You're not
Tuvok.
going anywhere. Doctor's orders.
Doctor!
Can you hear me?
Not the Doctor.
Come speak to me at the desk terminal. The
Admiral?
mind meld was successful. Excellent. I am currently trapped in the ready room. For the moment, I will only be able to communicate with you remotely. Cooper is working to subvert my mental defenses, and I must focus my concentration on keeping my mind intact.
So I need to liberate you from your ready room.
No. Cooper is trying to erode my emotional control. Symbolically, this means that he must destroy Voyager. To do so, he is attempting to overload the warp core. You must proceed to engineering to stop Cooper from destabilizing the warp core. If he is successful, he will have broken down my mental control systems. Once the core and my mind are protected from Cooper's attacks, then we can take control of this mindscape. Take the pad from the doctor's office. I will use it to communicate with you as you proceed.
We still have communicators in this mindscape, Admiral. Why do I need the pad? We can surely use that.
Remember, objects have symbolic significance in this mindscape. As an outsider in my mind, your ability to communicate with me directly is limited. Your communicator is part of your mind, and so it cannot interact with me directly while Cooper tries to keep us separated. The pad is part of my mind, so I can use it to bridge the gap between us.
Interesting. My weapons seem to have worked to defeat the Doctor just now, but this is all very strange. I suppose we don't have time to get to the metaphysics of this. Can I pick up the pad?
The mind meld. No.
There we go.
Good. Now we will be able to remain in contact. Proceed to engineering.
It opens. Okay. What is going on?
Cooper is attempting to subvert my mental defenses by replacing my memories with engrams from his bioship. Until he is expelled, these kinds of incursions will continue. You may see strange items or distortions in your surroundings. Ignore them and proceed as best you can. Remember Kiri Kinthaw's first law of metaphysics. Nothing unreal exists.
I somewhat recall, Admiral, but I will not lie, a lot of this went over my head at the time I stuck to engineering. I will do my best. With engineering, I do need to get back to the top of the turbo lift. Seems Voyager's layout is very similar to that of the Absolutes, thankfully.
Cooper is trying to overload the warp core. You must keep it stable.
That doesn't feel right. This isn't
The
right.
mindscape is a simulacrum. Cooper may move elements to suit his needs, or try to stop you. Certain areas may be blocked or damaged, or even transformed. Do your best to reach your destination. Cooper cannot simultaneously attack an area and conceal it.
And there are many ways to reach engineering if your layout is similar to the Absolutes. Let me do what I can. And Harry Kim is here.
What are you doing here? What
Ensign.
are you doing here? This area is very dangerous. The core is unstable.
Where's the chief engineer? Blartos.
B'Elanna, I don't know. She should be here, but as far as I can tell, everything on Voyager's about to fall apart, and I'm the only one here. Stay back. I'm going to put a force field around the core while I try to stabilize it. It won't contain a core breach, but it might block some of the radiation if the magnetic stabilizers give out.
Ensign, I have engineering training and was a previous chief engineer. I can stop the core bridge. Let me
I've
assist.
almost got this. Just keep back. It will only take a few more minutes.
Ensign, as captain, I'm going to tell you we can solve this more effectively if we work together.
You are stupid, aren't you? Only people the Vulcan melded with should be here. Not everyone on Voyager is part of Tuvok's warped little subconscious. Some of us are far more exceptional.
Right, well then, Ensign Kim, step away from the warp core controls.
I'll destroy you. And Tuvok's mind with you.
He has
Can't
raised
stop
defenses
this.
to protect himself. Use one of the engineering consoles to press your attack.
Must be something I can do here. I'll put one in, and I'll put one out.
He
I
has
have
raised
both
defenses
where I
to
want
protect himself. Use one of the
Go on,
engineering
Quantum, want to do
consoles
something.
to press your attack. Quickly use the controls to restore the warp core. This will strengthen my mental defenses.
If this is like engineering, I can accomplish this.
Excellent. With my mental defenses stabilized, we should have additional time to fend off Cooper's intrusion. Head to the crew decks. Inside of my memories exist fragments of personalities from any person with whom I have previously experienced a mind meld. You may be able to find someone whose personality is not wholly part of my mind, and thus not susceptible to Cooper's influence.
The fake Ensign Kim mentions as much, but I do not know who you have melded with and who you have not. You cannot help me all the time. I will see if I can find someone that you have melded with to help us. On the crew decks. Is the right camera angle? Maybe it's just because it's... that feels too far away. Very well, Admiral. Crew deck.
Move through the crew decks to your right. You may be able to find a fragment of a personality who can help. People with whom I have previously melded have left impressions of their Katras in my mind. You may be able to convince one to assist you. Because they are not technically me, Cooper's ability to subvert them may be limited.
I'm trusting your experience of the metaphysics of this. I'll keep an eye out for anyone who might be able to help. I'm assuming... no, I'm assuming that's not you. That's... you must be... well, you're not one of two, but 7 of 9.
What is happening? What am I doing here? Who are you? I require specifics. Answer me.
7? Yeah, I'm Captain Vanek of another Starfleet ship, USS Absolute. Voyager currently is in danger from species 8472, and Admiral Tuvok is currently being held in the ready room. We need to liberate him.
I have no reason to trust you, but this seems familiar somehow. Why am I in the crew quarters? I should be in my regeneration alcove.
Perhaps this can help. Tuvok can explain. He communicates through this pad
7.
here.
You are currently experiencing an engrammatic regress as a result of a Vulcan mind meld. You must assist me in reasserting control over the meld. I am currently locked in the ready room next to the bridge. Exercise caution as species 8472 has subverted the vessel.
I hope that helps convince you. If it does, we need to head to the bridge and help Tuvok.
That is Borg technology. But the presence of the Collective will not dissuade us. Assimilation is irrelevant.
I suppose this is all in mind. Is there a solid underneath?
Assimilated Undine. It may be a reflection of the unconscious fears of species 8472.
They were certainly a lot more difficult to deal with back in real life. Clear. My way was blocked off. Bridge.
Oh, you're here. Let's just get this over with.
Agreed. Cooper. Looks like they call an orbital strike from the Absolute. Move in here.
I will secure the bridge while you release Tuvok.
Very well. Admiral, I'm here. You're freed.
With Cooper defeated, he should no longer be able to maintain the telepathic link with my mind. For the time being. We must end the mind meld and consider our next course of action. Now that we have removed Cooper's influence, it is time to break the link between he and myself.
I agree. You need to be free of his influence and he of any chance of getting information from you. It's time to end this. Are we finished?
With Cooper's attack temporarily halted, we are in a position to slow the advance of his Undine forces. Please accompany me to the bridge.
I'll follow your lead, Admiral. What are your next orders?
We still do not have a fix on Cooper's whereabouts. I will contact Starfleet for any current information about Undine movements. Use the sensors to check for their quantum signatures. Voyager's sensor array is currently calibrated for tracking Undine movements, so you should be able to garner results quickly.
You have been holding them back for quite some time. I'll handle the sensors. Omega Protocol. Admiral, the Omega Protocol is active.
You should return to your ship. While I am somewhat fatigued as a result of the mind meld, I believe that I can continue in my duties on Voyager while we plan our next steps.
Sir, I'm not sure you quite heard me. I'm getting an error from operations. The Omega Protocol lockdown is in effect. The same was happening in the mind meld.
We must still be in the meld. Cooper is trying to deceive us. He needs to break the link cleanly, but lacks the strength to confront us directly.
If we're still in the meld, what do we do?
You don't belong here.
Not to make that. Oh, Lieutenant, Commander. Admiral?
We should use the link to our advantage. If we can track Cooper through the link, we can then pursue him in the physical realm. Since the Mindscape deals in symbolic representations, we need a map to his location. We should proceed to Astrometrics.
Astrometrics, yes, agree. I was thinking the same thing. Let's go. Astrometrics.
Cooper is trying to block your progress. Look for another path.
Progress. What is this? Console definitely wasn't here before. What is going on? Help.
In 2375, Voyager encountered a malfunctioning board vinculum that had been turned into a trap by species 6339. This vinculum caused other personalities from the collective to surface in 7 of 9. I entered a mind meld with her in an attempt to stabilize her personality. These people are echoes of the personalities of people assimilated by the Borg. They are not truly aware, knowing only that they desire to escape. It may be helpful to think of them as ghosts, metaphorically speaking, of course.
I'm not afraid of no ghosts. Let's carry on, Admiral. There has to be some way forward.
Cooper is attempting to distort your path again. Keep searching.
This was definitely trying to send a message, alright. More of them. Took them out in one stroke. Fair play, Admiral. Fair play. There has to be a route forward.
I sense we are making progress. Keep searching.
There's no force field. The atmosphere seems normal. This doesn't make logical sense. More of them. You going to ask us for help? The astrometrics lab. Need to unlock it. It's not right. I'll try a manual unlock. Really? Let me charge a full capacitor. More. Oh, descale herring? Just recouple to couplifier and then open. This makes no sense. Let's try and try Cooper. Check memory. Plus 17 Nebula. Interesting. Admiral Tuvok served under Captain Sulu, however. We have to be getting close. Check memory grid of 124 Octan 22 Theta. No, this just consists of the Borg. Let's try somewhere else. Check memory of the Zebra system. Lon Suda. Interesting. We'll keep checking. Memory of Necrotic Expanse. We have them. It's time to end the meld and go find Cooper.
There. We have him.
We have them? Are we out?
Cooper has broken the link. The meld can end.
For real this time. Also, I don't know if you're still here, but hello, Deep Space 7438. I just seen your message there. Oh, we're sure we're out, Admiral.
This ordeal has taxed me mentally, but I must continue the mission. I have learned that Cooper is in fluidic space, in an area that corresponds to the location known in our dimension as the Northwest Passage. We must travel there and enter fluidic space to confront Cooper once more. He is aboard a special command bioship that he cannot abandon. If we catch him in fluidic space, we can force a final confrontation.
If the USS Voyager and USS Absolute can complete the mission, I agree.
Please join me on the bridge. I must focus my concentration on regaining my strength. I need you to enter our destination coordinates and make certain that there are no more surprises.
I agree, Admiral. If I may make a request, to learn to be able to mind meld would be very useful. And of course, now is not the time for that. Let us head to the bridge. I have coordinates for the Northwest Passage. I'm entering them now.
Voyager will join you in the Northwest Passage. We'll leave as soon as you've returned to your ship. We need to hurry if we want to catch Cooper.
USS Absolute, it's time to beam me back. haven't guessed already, this is where Vanek is going to be able to learn how to do a Vulcan mind meld from that experience. Although, admittedly, he's not going to be able to do it properly.
This area of space was labeled as the Northwest Passage. It is a corridor of space that the Borg avoid because of the high incidence of quantum singularities, which the Undine use as points of transit. Voyager encountered the passage in 2373, and Captain Janeway chose to use it to travel through Borg space. This precipitated our first contact with species 8472.
I appreciate the history and reminder, Admiral. What do we need to do here?
We must locate a quantum singularity that will lead us into the correct area of fluidic space. My suspicion is that Cooper is using this region as a staging ground for the massed Undine fleet, and his command bioship will be there as well. Approach each singularity and check its quantum wave signature. When we find the correct one, we will pass through.
If we do not find the correct one, Admiral, we will probably have to engage the Undine ships first, and then scan more singularities. Approach the first one. Scan the quantum singularity. Very well. Let's head to another anomaly. Let us try to avoid conflict if we can. That may not be possible. I don't suppose cloaking will help. I'll have to uncloak to scan, but it might help with our approach. We can. That's interesting. Well done for modifying the sensor array. We are able to scan while cloaked. Or avoid a direct confrontation with the Undine. Scan this quantum singularity. Let's not go into it.
This passage will work. Quickly, we must go through the portal.
We're in it, Admiral. Going through now.
To reach Cooper's command bioship. According to my scans, he is using a modified dreadnought as a control vessel. Intriguing. Cooper's bioship appears to have nerve clusters, gyri, and structures typically associated with brain matter. While most bioships are organic, they are not aware. Rather, they are biological tissue operated by the Undine as tools. Cooper's vessel is different. It is possible that the ship is self-aware.
Does that change anything, Admiral?
This would explain the increase in Cooper's telepathic abilities. Not only is his command bioship able to coordinate the entire Undine fleet, acting as a brain for the other ships, but it also amplifies his psionic power. We must gain access to the ship directly. We will need to temporarily disable its shielding mantle, so we can fire upon vulnerable sections to disable it.
It seems it doesn't change too much. We'll find the disabled Cooper's ship.
You've come a long way, but as you can see, I am not unprepared for your arrival. This command bioship is unique. It is capable of coordinating an entire fleet of bioships. A fleet that will launch from the structure you see here. Even if you attack me, I suspect you will find the sheer power of my new fleet to be overwhelming.
Sounds like you have already achieved success. We're not defeated yet. Let us approach and begin a surprise attack. Disrupt the shield mantle. Reporting to command bioship now. When we get promoted, this might be the rare time where whatever stage of the arc we're at, we'll just take the promotion. And I'll do the promotion, and I'll probably
We are close to Cooper's position, but the bioship is blocking transport in the area closest to the central nexus. We must find control nodes that will allow us to enter the nexus. As the ship is organic, we may be able to force it open by sending impulses through certain nerve endings, thereby causing a reflex reaction, much like a sneeze.
I have to think organically while aboard. Find the control nodes, open the central nexus. Got it. At least the floors will be. Oh, so it's to rebel. There's no entrance.
The muscles controlling this passage will not release. We will need to find control ganglia we can use to trigger a reflex response and open the door.
Well, at least has to be near here. Let's see if the little tickle does the job. No more around. Okay, a tickle didn't do it. What about a bit of a scratch?
Cooper should be in the chamber just beyond this door.
Admiral, I'm considering this ship may be self-aware, you said. If it has a mind, can you convince it not to fight us? From a mind meld route, perhaps?
An intriguing notion. I shall make the attempt. You must protect me from Cooper and his soldiers while I concentrate on the mind meld. When you are ready, we shall proceed.
It's merely a suggestion, Admiral. I'm ready. Start the meld. Precision strike from the Absolute. Admiral?
The ship is resisting the meld. I must move to another neural cluster.
We'll cover you, Admiral.
You must protect me from Undine attacks while I concentrate.
I'll cover you. More reinforcements incoming.
The ship is resisting now. I must move to another neural cluster. We must protect you from Undine attacks while I concentrate.
I'm attempting to do so, Admiral. Hold them off, sir.
What is happening? You did this!
I believe so.
My mind to your mind.
Communication link established.
Your thoughts to my thoughts.
It's working.
The weak will perish.
Why should we listen
Talking.
to the weak?
You will perish when the Iconians complete their purge. To the Iconians, you are weak.
We must survive.
Yes.
When we fight one another, we are weak. United, we are strong.
No! Don't listen to him!
We must see to our needs.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
The many must survive.
We don't
Yeah.
need them!
The many will be strong. The strong will survive.
They are weak. I will save us!
No, you will not. You're weak.
What? No!
Together, we are strong.
Okay.
Repurposed.
Success. Admiral?
The Bio-Dreadnought has no intention of entering our space. Now we must return to our ships before the Undine retreat to their own fortresses in fluidic space.
If they're retreating, yes. Mission has been a complete success. Use Absolute. Freeing to beam back.
There are no signs of Undine pursuit. Whatever the intent of the remaining Undine forces, it seems that they do not involve our dimension. As a Vulcan, I am not given to personal displays. Nonetheless, we have shared a deep connection. We will always carry a part of this experience with us. In a sense, you have become a portion of my mental defenses. Part of the ship and crew that define the most challenging aspects of my existence.
In that case, I hope I continue to defend you if anything should happen again that is similar to this experience.
Our shared effort has prevented another Undine invasion, and incidentally allowed me to retain my sanity. Your contributions are appreciated. I must advise Starfleet Command of these developments. I am sure we will speak again. Until then, I am confident that events in the Delta Quadrant are in capable hands. Live long and prosper.
Peace and long life. Farewell, Admiral. Let's depart the system. Let us return to the Cleronan Dyson Sphere. The Undine War has ended. At least we come in from the right way. Beam me to Delta Quadrant Command. The camera's the right distance as well. Good, good. Admiral, I presume that Admiral Tuvok gave you his reports and you've received ours?
Admiral Tuvok is safe, along with Voyager. That means a lot to me, personally and professionally. Thanks. Something tells me there's more to this than meets the eye. We'll be in touch if we learn more.
Very well, Admiral.
There's
Congratulations,
something
Captain.
I'd like you to look into.
You know what, being that it's the end of the Undine conflict, although it's only been a single mission, I feel like that's a good place to actually gain the promotion. So I might quickly do that off camera, and then this is the moment where, because of helping Admiral Tuvok and the USS Voyager officially ending the Undine conflict, Admiral Janeway, at Admiral Tuvok's recommendation, gives Vanek a promotion above Captain. For the first time in a Star Trek series, you'll have an Admiral be the lead. Still of a starship, but it'll be a Rear Admiral. So funny enough, though again this is a relatively short one, I'm going to leave it there. And I'll do his promotion next time. So, as Admiral Tuvok's already said, and as Captain Vanek replied, peace and long life, live long and prosper. See you next time.